Hi, I'm Evan Pantazi, talking about Kyusho again today. Now, Kyusho to me means the vital point. And the vital point is not just in martial arts or self protection. The vital point to me is looking at the weak areas of life and making them stronger or learning how to protect them. Whether it be in my health, whether it be in my physical protection, whether it be in my wellness, my financial condition, my living standards, anything. It just goes all the way through. You look at the core fundamentals. Now, what's missing in most martial arts is the fundamental of critical thinking. Now, it's not our faults because the school systems have political agenda, as we all know, and they're teaching us how to just memorize. Okay, they're programming us and they're swaying it. They change history and they just modify what they want us to learn. Same thing in our martial arts schools today. We have a cookie cutter version. You're told to remember how to do this exactly, perform it in a test, and you get good grades. We're not taught to critically think, and that's where Kyusho comes in. Kyusho is a realization that you have the power. Once you start opening your mind to critical thinking rather than just rote memory or I sorry to say this, a monkey see, monkey do type of an attitude, your martial art, your life just grows exponentially. And in the martial arts in particular, because that's what we're mostly here for, but also in health, when you look at the anatomy of the body, the physiology of the body, the functionality of the body, these are the critical points in your self-protection. You're not going to be trying to attack an opponent's strengths. That would be folly. That would mean you would have to be bigger or stronger or faster. Now let's face it, we're all aging, all right? We have to learn an art that is going to carry with us for the rest of our lives. If not, if it's only a short-term venture for a fad, then so be it. But if you're in martial arts for a life because you're passionate about it, it's interesting to you, you see correlations throughout your life, and it's strengthened your personality, your character, and just a good feeling about yourself, then you want to start looking at the deeper aspects and start thinking critically. For example, I've gone through many hand positions of the past, many katas, trying to explore, say, like the fist. Not only the fisted position, use it as a bludgeon, but the closing of the fist to seize a nerve or an artery. This type of critical thinking can go all the way through your katas and your martial arts, but we're not being taught this. So it's up to the individual now to seek that information and not to go back and tell the instructors, okay, this is what I learned, what about this idea? You just want to keep that to yourself, your personal journey. When you're in the school, work with the community, have fun with the community. It's a team effort. You're in the class, you're doing techniques, you're doing kata, you're doing your kumite, whatever you're doing, do it according to the rules of the school, because that's what people signed on for. They didn't sign on to be educated. Your education comes in your own hands. It goes right to personal responsibility. If you're going to be a critical thinker, you have to learn how to be personally responsible for everything you think about. And that's where the Kyusho really shines. Getting to the points, the vital points of anything, be it construction, be it an automobile repair. You want to find that core issue, that vital target that had a problem if you're doing healing, or is a problem, and that's when you're doing your protection. So again, I urge you to think critically, like the old masters did. Before the conventions of the early 1900s I've been talking about recently, where they turned the China hand to the empty hand and altered karate for mass adoption. Before that, the masters all got together and shared information. They went off and they did their own things, and today that's not happening. Today, for example, we have big organizations, say like Taekwondo around the world or Shotokan, and they train and they stick to a set curriculum, and they don't change. And the people just memorize and regurgitate that information. And again, all well and good. It's a sense of community, it's fun. But if you really have a true urge To learn, then you have to start to critically think. Go beyond what the instructor says. Go beyond what the kata appears to be. Try to think of the positive or negative aspect of every move in the kata, whether it's a blocking action, whether it's a hand position, a foot position, a stance, a turn, a movement. And look at them critically and say, okay, if I concentrate on this side of my arm for this block, what could it be? If I concentrate on the other side of the block, what could it be? What could the bending of my elbow during that block become? So again, you have to start analyzing. You have to become personally responsible to say, okay, I'm going to take this little piece here and focus on it and see what I can develop out of it. Again, that's Kyusho, the vital aspect for you, not for someone else. Not that made someone else successful. You have to take that and build on it. Okay, so when you go to your schools, you train in their methods that made them what they are and have the success that they did, and then find your own personal successes and the personal route to that success. Kyusho is here to help. Please ask your questions below. I'll answer them the best I can according to my thinking, and then you go off and you take it on your tangent and see what you can develop with it. And if you want, throw that idea back at me. We'll come back and forth and we'll discuss it, and maybe we'll both find some new stuff. So that'd be the great part of these discussions below, and I urge you to interact. Ask your questions, make your comments, and please, thumbs up. I'm trying to help everybody, so if you like this video, you got a little worth out of it, give it a thumbs up. Even in the comments, thumbs up everywhere. You do it on Facebook, why not on YouTube? That'll help the channel grow, and we can all grow together. Thanks for watching.